My boy said, I'm on mute, so they can't hear anything that I'm saying. All right, nigga.
Man, say you can check the schedule. Cool.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But we are back for episode 26 of the Overthinking Hours podcast. I am today's host, G. I'm back here with all of my friends. Friends, can you introduce yourselves? Let them know who's here. Say what's up.
The Hall of Fame crew.
It's your boy, J to the H in the spot. You know the vibes. With rocking the, you know what I'm saying, custom edition Pirates hat with the patch on the side. Come on now, with the pink brim. Come on.
We didn't see the patch. We didn't see the patch.
No patch.
We missed the whole patch, gang.
Niggas don't see the patch now. Niggas see the patch.
Missed the whole patch.
Niggas see the brim. Niggas know the vibes. Feel me? The antics when the video was on is different. Come on now.
Man, this Jay Jared in the spot, man. Jay Jared in the spot with a place to be, man.
Yo, who outside like that?
Job block always hot.
Yo, Roddy, say your name, bro. Just say your name, bro. That's all you gotta do for your intro.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Man,
let my man 0.5 pixels go, because his computer mad slow.
You said 15 frames per second.
It's gonna be 30 minutes later. Hey, my name's Tashawn.
They know it was fine earlier,
But
your boy,
it's Rod, man. We back with another episode.
Yo, it's just really mad. Crazy, most famous man in Rochester, the mayor.
There you go. There you go.
The mayor of Western New York.
Bro, so what we're not gonna do is say that when he had all the girls in the room when we was rooming together.
Oh,
damn! He just came out with all the information.
That's tough.
Damn, officer, is there anything you missed?
So who the real mayor?
That's tough. You, the most famous man in Western New York.
And you the most famous person at Brockport. What are we talking about?
Allegedly.
I mean, Western New York is a lot bigger than Brockport, but you know what I'm saying?
So I don't help him out because, let me be quiet.
All right, yeah, done introducing yourselves?
T introduced himself. I ain't hear him.
Yeah, I got that out of your systems. Yeah, told each other how you felt about each other.
His introduction took 3 minutes because he's slow.
All right. So anyway,
Yeah, you have to edit this out.
We gotta go to the NBA trade deadline and the buyout market. There's been a lot of moves this week between buyout and the deadline. What are your guys' thoughts? Who's gonna strive the most in their new environment? Which one confused you? Let's talk about it. How do we want to break this down?
I'll go first. I think the team who made the most flashy move, I'd say, the Brooklyn Nets, obviously tooling up for the playoffs. See, that's why I can't do the video. I can't do the faces.
The video's crazy. Between Jared and Rodney.
I can't do the faces.
Yeah, like Chicago don't exist.
I mean, Chicago is a 10 seed right now, so I mean they're a non-factor in my.
We're talking about flashiness.
They went and got what? They went and got Vucevic. Who else they went and got?
And that's about it.
Vucevic, and they got another solid player, a point guard, I think.
You don't even know. I
forgot, bro, because you know what happened? The twit line is flooded with LaMarcus Aldridge going to freaking Brooklyn.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge. They brought in Blake Griffin, and they're looking for one more guy on the buyout market. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. The Lakers got their guy. You know what I'm saying? They got a big finally. Dwight Howard's replacement, as I say. Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee's replacement. Sorry, let me fix that. I think the team that's going to be sneaky coming out of all of this is going to be the Nuggets. I don't really believe in that Aaron Gordon signing. I think he's a good pickup, but I think he's a good pickup. But in the grand scheme of things,
that didn't make no sense. But
You're talking like Stephen A. Smith over there.
No, you confused me because you agreed with me. I'm not used to you agreeing with me. It messed up my brain. Maybe say something different. But yeah, I think he's another athletic guy. He's gonna take advantage of Jokic's playmaking skills, so he'll thrive.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
I actually like the Bulls move the most, if you want to know the truth, because like this season it might only sneak them into the 7th or 8th seed where they can get the play-in games and hopefully they win them. But like going forward, like you have 2 All-Stars now. Like they're not 2 top 20, like you know what I mean? Like they're not like the top of the top, but I mean that's still 2 All-Stars you can build around, get some playoffs experience, and you might be able to get up to a 5th, 6th, 4th, 5th, 6th seed next year. You make the right move.
Zach LaVine got the help he needed.
So I thought it's definitely
to do what?
He needed a big, like Lauri Markkanen wasn't cutting it.
He's not a Lauri Markkanen is not a big though.
But now I got a big that can, bro. They got a good. I think they have a good dynamic with Lauri Markkanen and Vucevic down there as a 4-5.
Yeah, go tell marketing, go stand in the corner.
We'll see.
You like to shoot.
We'll see.
I think the sleeper pick. I think the weird pick to me, the weird trade for me was Lou Will and Rondo.
Rondo to the Clippers was it's gonna be a really great move, or it's gonna blow up right in their face. That's gonna be hilarious.
I think that's
because they actually have a floor general now. They got somebody who can run an offense. Mm-hmm. Like when they had Kawhi, Lou Will, Paul George, all them guys, they had a bunch of guys who could create their own shot and stuff, but they didn't have a brain that could run that offense. Apart from the coach, but on the floor, they didn't have a guy who can facilitate the offense and make things easier for guys like Paul George and Kawhi. So them giving up Lou Will to have a floor general is a high risk, high reward type of situation. But we also know that there's a playoff Rondo as well. So
yeah, he might always play a pandemic fee.
Two things. One, Rondo's going to make everybody better just by his work ethic, just by his experience. And 2, I think this is confirmation that the Hawks are in full rebuild. Obviously, it's not working. Who got hurt? Bogdanovich got hurt. Trey and they're even looking to trade John Collins. Like they're pushing reset mode. They brought in Rondo because they thought Rondo was going to be the missing piece to put him over the top, get him into the playoffs. I think them trading him away is the writing on the wall, I think.
I was about to say, how you going to rebuild a team that's already rebuilding?
No, they retooled. They retooled. They brought in Bogdanovich.
So they retooling the rebuild. Okay.
I agree with Ja. I just want to say it's a rebuild. I think it's like a little shakeup. Like I agree with John. Think that they were thinking that Rondo was going to come be a floor general. Yeah. But it's tough when you got Trae Young taking 25 shots, bro. Like, he's taking a lot of shots from other people. And you got Gallo and you got Bogdanovich on the team, bro.
Damn, I forgot they brought Gallo in, too.
Wow. Yeah, I'm saying having Rondo, yeah, you got a guy that can get people shots. But then you come back in, you got Trae Young who going to shoot from 30, 40 feet almost every time he touch a pill. So, like, the scheme of things, that didn't work.
I think the thing there is like ball IQ. Like everybody has talent, but I think like where a lot of coaches or trainers fail a lot of players in a team setting. Like a lot of players don't have like the ball IQ to take them over to the next level. You know what I mean? So like Rondo's a guy with an extremely high ball IQ, which is why Josh said he can make everybody better. He's a floor general. So if he's not, he got to be able to, like players like Trae Young, who's the face of the Atlanta franchise, he got to take in all that knowledge and learn that, I don't need to be taking this shot from like 50, 60 feet all the time. I can start a play, set the play up, and then boom, run a set, and then we retool again on defensive end, then we get back into it again. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's cool. I think my favorite move was Miami bringing in Oladipo.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think that might be one of my
6. He is 6.
It's one of gonna be one of my favorite moves going forward. I really want to see what Jimmy Butler does with Oladipo. If Oladipo is gonna have his foot on the pedal or not, we'll see. But that might be one of my favorite moves.
You know why he's gonna have his foot on the pedal? Because he's been wanting to get to Miami.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Jared, why don't you put some input instead of making faces the whole podcast.
Yeah, why you making potato faces over there?
Cause I was just waiting my turn, sir.
All right, sure. The
Every-
floor is yours.
Floor is yours.
Everybody's talking at one time doesn't suit. I just wait my turn. The move that I like, the team that I think that did the right move at the deadline was Denver. They bought in Aaron Gordon. They bought in JaVale McGee, which I think JaVale McGee would help them in the playoffs.
Shaq in the full, baby.
It brings he brings extra height to them, and he brings a legitimate center that comes off the bench when Jokic comes out.
Yes, sir.
They'll play the So I like Denver move. I think Denver probably had like the best trade deadline. Clippers. I think Clippers. I was always scared of Rondo going to the Clippers because I feel like that's what the Clippers needed. They needed somebody that can get easy shots like Kawhi. Kawhi can play, but he's more effective if he's like a scorer. And Kawhi always did well when he also had a strong point guard like Tony Parker, Kyle Lowry. So I feel like the Clippers did good, and that's about it. Miami move. Victor Oladipo is nice. He could have been want to go to Miami, but I think I wanted to see how he fits in with the culture with Jimmy Butler, and can he take that style of leadership over there where everybody they have no chill. They're gonna tell you what you did wrong, and so I don't know. Victor kind of like, I don't want to say he's soft, but it's kind of like he kind of gets kind of he just don't fill up to the pressure. So
What are you saying?
Two closing comments.
now I'm saying like, so when somebody talk to him, I think he's the type to sit back and not like. But Jimmy Butler gonna get in your face. He's gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So I don't think Oladipo could like play up to that type of pressure.
Okay.
Nah, two closing comments off of what Jared said. The Heat one I understand 100%. That's where I wanted Vic to go, but it's like I feel like it's gonna be. We have to see how him and Jimmy are gonna figure out. Like they're not the same player, but they kind of do the same stuff on the court. Where it's like they guard. They're both not like great outside shooters. They can both shoot the outside ball. So we got to see how they're going to distribute the rock between each other and not get in each other's ways. And
Make their dribbles too much.
Shout out to Kyle Lowry. They should have freed him, but I wanted him to go to the Clippers, but hopefully this summer. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
But tell me about George. I want you to talk about your Brooklyn boys because I know you so hype about it.
Nah, there's nothing to talk about. Brooklyn in 4, and that's about it. Like there's not much to talk about. Like
Brooklyn in 4 in the first round, right?
At the second round, third round, the finals. Brooklyn in 3.
Wow.
Against the Lakers, right?
Yeah, against Drummond.
Against Drummond, right?
We're gonna pick and roll that man to death. We're gonna pick and roll that man to death.
Bron, right?
Jared, pick up the phone. Jared. Nah.
Man said in 3. Like
they should just scratch the season. Here's what I think they should do: scratch the season, just put LA, Brooklyn in the finals, and watch Brooklyn win. That's all.
Like Braun, you say Braun not gonna win a game with AD?
Nah, they will. It's gonna be.
They both hurt, bro. AD might tear his Achilles.
Hey.
Whoa.
We're gonna kick you from this podcast right now. You keep talking like that.
Yo,
bro.
wow.
If they don't get it right, that Achilles tendonitis, he could do it.
That's a fact. You gotta be careful with it. But I think
I don't know how careful you are. He already missed 6 weeks. I don't know how careful you gotta be. I don't know how he's missed 5 weeks already, and already you missed another 3. So I don't know how more careful can you be.
I think 2 months is a good time.
The right now after the trade deadline or after the whole buyout market is done, Philly, Brooklyn, Milwaukee sit top 3 in the East, and Utah, Phoenix, and the Clippers sit top 3 in the West.
That's cool.
Stuff.
Chris Paul effect.
The Jazz are gonna be sick when they lose to LA, the Lakers in the first round. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Chris Paul effect, huh? Yo, George, they said the Chris Paul effect, huh?
Yes, sir.
Chris Paul effect.
You remember somebody said it was a bad trade because they gave up Kelly Oubre.
I don't know who would think that, but
I don't know who said that. That was dumb.
Who? Wait, they gave up who?
Kelly
Oubre.
They tried to get Kelly Oubre out of there so fast, nobody wanted him, bro.
And now the Warriors can't get rid of him. You hate to see it.
You hate to see
There's
it.
somebody in this little five right here that said that, but we're not gonna talk.
Nah, we're gonna let him rock in the background. He's happy there. Safe.
Yo,
So we got to move on though from the trade deadline.
all right.
Ja today on Instagram has sparked a debate between our group chat, and I'm sure he's had plenty of other messages throughout the day.
For sure. I
And
was in
he
church
wants,
reading it.
and he wants to know. Well, we want to know, and we're trying to figure out: is the 2000s or the 2010s the hardest decade in NBA history?
Yep.
Ja, you
Yep.
did the research, so we're gonna give the mic to you to start this.
Okay. So I first had to go and define what I wanted the toughest to be, right? If we want to say hardest to win a championship, deepest conference in terms of competition. I think for a long time was the Western Conference. I think it's evening out a little bit now as people are shifting conferences freely. But when it came to the 2000s, one of the things that was really interesting to me is that there were 16 60-win teams in the 2000s, and there were only 5 60-win teams. And the only 60-win team, 60-plus, obviously, we have the 73-win team. The only team that won 60 games in the 2000s that didn't win a championship are the Rockets. The Rockets obviously did it, I think, twice. So when it comes to championships, the Lakers have half of the decades championships. Then the Spurs have 3. Then Miami interrupts that run with Shaq and Wade. The Pistons go and beat up on that old Celtics team. And then the Celtics come in to round out the decade.
Yo, the
What?
Pistons beat them on who?
The Pistons ain't beat the Lakers to win a championship.
You didn't say the Lakers, dog.
The Celtics.
What I said? I said the Celtics.
Yeah.
That's because I'm looking at them. That's mad funny. My fault.
I'm like,
So,
man,
yeah.
beat the NBA.
So a couple of before I handed the floor over to y'all. A couple of things to note that the expansion finished in 2004. I think it finished with the Toronto Raptors.
No. Bobcats?
Bobcats.
Yeah.
Yes. That is correct. There was one three-peat, obviously the Lakers, and one back-to-back, which is 2 back-to-back. Sorry, the Spurs and then the motherfucking Lakers again. So there's the 60-win teams to never win chips in the 2000s were the Suns, the Kings, the Mavs, the Pacers, and the Cavs. But when it comes to finals opponents, in that Lakers run, they beat up on the Pacers, the Sixers, the Nets twice.
That's once.
Nets once, yes. Nets went twice. They beat the Nets once. Next year, San Antonio beat the Nets. That's tough, actually. And then in that back-to-back, they get Orlando, which is kind of a freebie, and then the Celtics.
Yeah, they kind of lost. Kobe really annihilated Orlando.
Yo, why you say Orlando was a freebie?
Boy.
Because Orlando did not have the type of players to put up with what the Lakers had over there, respectfully.
Ooh, somebody echoing.
Had a pretty good squad though.
Yeah, nah, for a fact. So in the 10s, I stopped the 10s at the Celtics championship in 2010, where technically the Lakers, where the Celtics beat LeBron in 2010, where technically that should be the start of the decade, but I think that's kind of a turning point where LeBron goes to Miami. He starts this whole thing with the league where he goes to 7 straight finals. So honestly, the only people to go to the finals in the 2010s is a LeBron-led team, the Spurs, the Warriors, and the Raptors. And the Heat. That's crazy. But if we think about it, the Lakers ran the Western Conference 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
not even
crazier.
Not even 5 times. That's a lie, actually, because they lost 1, 2 times. So technically 7 times they went. So 7 out of the 10 times in the decade, they were kings of the Western Conference. So that's something to think about. You feel me?
I mean, but
And guess who played on those teams?
it was all different times though.
Yeah.
KB 24, baby.
It was with that one though. With the Lakers, it was all different times.
Facts.
With different teams. So
almost. They went 1, 2, 3, 4 times before Shaq left. And then when they got that squad together, they went another 1, 2, 3 times.
yeah. So, but I'm saying that gap from 04 to 08 is where I say it got a little different. Meanwhile, LeBron went motherfucking 7 straight times.
With different teams too, though.
Yeah, but the common factor was LeBron.
no, facts.
But the point that I get what point you're trying to make, Jared, which is cool, I guess. But the point that Ja is making is that 7 times is 7 times, no matter how you get it.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of.
But the reason why I say that though is because I think the 2000 is better, and my argument later is because of the different time rather than LeBron's 7 straight time. That's the reason why I'm making a difference. So my first argument,
and I'm agreeing with you. 2000s was definitely better. I felt like.
Hold on. We're not talking about better. Whether we think it's better basketball or not, we're talking about the tougher decade.
Tougher. I'm sorry. Well, 2000s was tougher.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, me and Jared usually agree and see eye to eye on this basketball thing.
I think it's really interesting, just to see the coaches that were going to the finals that won the finals.
You got Phil Jackson, Larry Brown,
Pat Riley.
You have Greg Pop.
Not Pat Riley. Eric Spoelstra.
No, Pat Riley.
No, in the 2000s.
2000s.
06.
We're talking about the 2000 coaches.
Oh, okay. 2000. Okay. Yeah. I was looking at the.
So what you have there?
That was only 10s.
The Nets coach. It wasn't Lawrence Frick, was it?
Byron Scott.
Yeah, Byron Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, just a little nerd.
That man Byron Scott couldn't do a thing with Kobe in the later years. How did that man coach a team twice to the championship round?
Listen, man.
Look at the teams.
That's why they brought him in.
That's just saying.
Why they brought him in.
No, they bought Byron Scott in because it was Kobe's last year, and want to give somebody else he was familiar with. Kobe was a different Kobe though, so you can't say that.
Yeah. So, one last thing to note is the 3-point attempts from the 2000s to the 10s on average went up 20.
Sheesh.
Because of the Warriors, but
3-pointers made went up 7.
Warriors.
3-point percentages roughly stayed the same around the league average of 35 to 36. It rarely do we get 2 straight seasons with 37% as a league average. And then the field goal percentage average, I believe, was 46 or 47%. So in terms of percentages, it wasn't that. A lot of people that were replying to my stories were talking about the defense that was played in the 2000s rather than the 10s. And I would like to agree with that, but only I think that our defenders now can do both. And I think that's what's really unique about the 2010s. Because when I think about a 2000 defender, I'm thinking about Tony Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about homeboy on the Spurs. I forget his name.
Bowen.
Yeah,
Bruce Bowen.
Bruce.
You know what I mean? Where those guys weren't really looked. I'm thinking about Ron Artest. I'm not really looking to those guys for offense. You know what I mean? Whereas now, our defenders are who, like Kawhi, Paul George, Bradley Beal. You know, those guys.
I know you did not just say Bradley Beal and defense. I know you did not say that.
Bradley Beal
That's
guards
a Paul
Bradley
George.
Bradley Beal guards the team's best player. What you mean?
That boy, my boy Paul George been getting dropped and scored on game one every trip.
Brad Beal don't play, bro. Brad Beal is usually the one guarding the number one guard when in the fourth quarter.
Brad Beal stopped playing defense since like 2 seasons ago.
Yo, Brad Beal, bro.
He stopped playing defense crazy.
All
bro.
right. In any case, I'm thinking about Clay.
Klay
I'm
Thompson.
thinking about who else? Who is the
Kawhi.
defender?
Drew Holiday.
LeBron.
Kawhi.
LeBron is the defender. I'm getting off the pod, bro.
You forgot the greatest defender of all time, Draymond Green.
That's more like it.
I'm not really looking for Draymond for offense, so that's not really my point.
Draymond Game 7, 2016 is gonna talk to you different. That's all I'm saying.
I would say personally, I think the 2000s edges out the 2010s just by this much, only because teams weren't going back and forth. We knew, like, if I was a team in the 2000s, I know I gotta go through Kobe and the Lakers. I'm not worried about is Kobe coming to the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? Whereas now, you have LeBron go from one conference to the other and totally make it his own. And now teams in the Eastern Conference who have never gotten a chance are getting their chance now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas teams in the Western Conference... Go ahead.
I said it's a free-for-all.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Since LeBron left, we had the Raptors go and Miami go. You know what I'm saying?
Heat Nation, baby.
Two teams we did not expect to get to the finals. So, hey, man, I think it's interesting. I think there's a couple more nuances when it comes to LeBron specifically, but I don't think we have to get into that right now. I think that's
we don't have to.
I mean, well, to me, my opinion is, I think the 2000s was the golden era of basketball. That's just my.
Sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's a bold statement.
I mean, because it kind of like not gentrified, but it kind of like generalized the best of both worlds between physicality of the old school 80s and 90s and the skills of the 2010s and what we see now. So you kind of see the blend of both.
On a broad spectrum, like how we see him today?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
How is that ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
I don't think we get a lot of toughness. Now I think the players are restricted by the refs a lot when it comes to just showing.
That's why I said the 2000s is the golden era, because it blends both. It blends the skill of today's athletes and the physicality of the 80s and 90s. Because the hand checking rule came into effect 2004 or 5, but it really didn't get implemented till about years later because it takes time to adjust. So I think that, like I said, 2000 is the golden era of basketball for me.
Yes,
one thing, that was a great point, Jared. One thing that I left out a lot because I didn't want to get too into the weeds was the playoff battles in the 2000s, right? We don't get Melo versus Kobe. We don't get LeBron versus the Celtics. You know what I mean? We don't get the Pacers versus the Heat. Oh, that's in 2010s. But like, we just don't get those matchups. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the argument for the 2010s is we kind of do, where we have Pacers and Heat, where the Pacers aren't really ready to go over the top, but that's not on the level as maybe the examples that I gave for the 2000s. You feel me? Does that kind of make sense, or I'm bugging?
I think what you're saying, Ja, is like in 2000s and from that era, from 2000 to 2010, it made playoff basketball so special because you didn't know who was going to win. And you come in 2010s and, like, not trying to be funny, you kind of know who's going to win. Like, the Warriors went 16-0. You know what I mean? Like, LeBron gonna go right to the finals. It's like, okay, we know the Warriors and Cavs is gonna be in the finals again. Wherever LeBron goes, he's going to the finals. 2010.
And you gotta think about all the great teams that didn't win in the 2000s.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the Sacramento.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
The Kings, the Suns twice. You feel me? Where Steve Nash won 2 MVPs. I don't know if he deserved them.
I don't know how he won to, but it's okay.
The Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? The Mavericks were a perennial 60-win team, never getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Or they only eclipsed when, you know what I'm saying, Kobe's that 2000s run was over. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't.
Never know. You just never knew, like, never knew who was gonna come out the West or come out the East back in the 2000s. And 2010s, bro, you just know, like, LeBron's running the East. And I can say that because I watched it every freaking year. But
I know that.
2000s, bro.
I disagree.
You said what?
But in the 2010s, we have the greatest finals upset. I think in my lifetime at least. You feel me? What's a bigger finals upset than Braun versus the Cavs in 2016?
I mean, 06, you got Wade and them coming back 4 straight against Dallas.
That's not 3-1.
But still, regardless,
Dallas
is
going to
supposed to
say
win that.
Like we didn't see the NBA do that bullshit with Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do that bullshit with Draymond Green.
I guess, bro, but
stop getting technicals.
I'm not saying.
He didn't get a technical. He didn't get a technical on the play.
He didn't.
He did not get a technical on that play in the game. What happened was
cried in the media
after the game, said something, and the NBA went to go review it. But in the game, he didn't even get a technical.
But that's not the only time like they've assessed maybe in finals history, yeah, but it's not like that's the only time they ever like assess or like it's not like that's not like it's something that they don't do other times, like where they assess flagrants or technicals outside of the game.
And you still give it to a person? Come on now.
I mean, in the finals, yeah, there's definitely like a little bit of question.
That didn't even happen in the A, so.
All I'm saying is, that's all I'm saying.
The league gave that one. Low key to me. I don't think the Cavs win that one.
I guess. We'll never know.
We'll never know. I mean, like I said, I would applaud LeBron for actually doing the comeback.
Yeah, for sure.
It was gift wrap.
Boy,
That's cool.
Right.
That's cool. But that was a nice little 20 minutes on a nerdy topic. We can get out of here.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, so let's move on. You guys wanted the T-shirt WNBA post with us yesterday in the group chat. I don't remember the player's name off the top of my head. I apologize. But she talked about how the WNBA isn't supported enough, and there was another comment about that, and she specifically pointed out black men don't support the WNBA enough. Let's talk about it. How do you guys feel about this?
I read what she said. I don't remember exactly what she
said.
That's
what I read it too.
It's another day to blame black men.
I think saying that it's a gross an undervaluation of Kobe's legacy in the whole movement of trying to get the WNBA noticed, helping them out with their marketing schemes, being actually interested in it, not only because of his kids, but because that it is good basketball at some times. You know what I'm saying? We have really good players in the league. You feel me? But I don't know. I honestly that's where I went first and foremost. Whereas I feel like there was a whole campaign of NBA players who we look up to, a lot of young black men look up to, who a lot of older black men probably on their peer level, you know what I'm saying, they look to for guidance. And a lot of like kids look to, you feel me? Like they were behind the WNBA thing as well. So to say, I don't know, to make that assessment, I just think it's disrespectful, respectfully.
Especially to make that assessment when 66 of people that's watching the WNBA is men, and half of that is black men watching the WNBA. And let's talk about what Kyrie, Avery Bradley, and many other male black athletes in the NBA did for them during the bubble as far as paying the salary so they can get paid. And donating money so they can get everything that they need as far as when they get to their bubble. But we're not going to talk about that because it's easy to point the finger on black men, especially in 2021.
Y'all want me to say the tweet?
Yes, can you read us the tweet, please?
All right. So her name is I don't know how to pronounce her name, so forgive me if I butchered it. Alicia Clarendon. She must be of Jamaican descent. I see. I know a lot of Jamaicans with that name. I can hold you. But she said the amount of black men who drag our league and blame women for their problems while not making the connection to how that's exactly what white people do to to you regarding your race just blows my mind. that's that's the double whammy. Yeah, that's the double whammy and of being black and a woman.
Well, you know why she made that tweet, right?
I'm confused. Yes, I need some context behind
All
this.
right. So Draymond. So basically, the conversation was about should women be able to come out of high school and go straight to the league,
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
which
that's how it started.
yeah, and Draymond said,
That's what Gilbert said actually. The good that's good for you. Let me pull that. Let me pull it
Yeah, I
up.
think so. Yeah, I don't
so
remember they were saying women should be one and done in college. Just like men.
so Draymond said, well, basically Draymond simply quote tweeted and said, well, yeah, they have to lobby for that. Like they got to speak up and basically like how the NBA does with their when they meet to make their rules and stuff. So Draymond basically was saying they got to lobby for it. They got to speak up. And then she quotes tweets Draymond's tweet and tweets that. If you go back and look through it, it's all pinpointing at what Draymond said. The thing is, you can't so I think Draymond's correct. If you go to the union, the players union, and talk about it. Because to me, honestly, if you're talking about talent, Paige Beckers, Haley, old girl from Louisville, and the Caitlin girl that at Iowa, they should just be straight to the league, straight up.
So her shit can't. I'm sorry for saying her shit. So she was complaining about Draymond lobbying.
Basically
Yes,
saying that.
yes. He's complaining
Basically
about
saying,
somebody trying to help advance the women game.
bro. Basically she got mad because he said that y'all should speak up more about the
Nah,
league we
there's
playing
no
in.
way.
Yeah, bro. Go
Here's,
watch. Go.
here's
Okay.
my thing, right?
Hold on. Wait. Because she did respond to it. She has a thread of tweets responding to it, and she was like, "I was not blaming black men exclusively for anything, but saying the added hurt that comes when one of y'all
Right.
comes for us to do more. When we hear that same thing about race, it's deflating. We can't critique white people for racism, not critique all men for their sexism. I love and appreciate so many of our black male fans, supporters, and storytellers. If you're offended by my tweet, then I invite you to reflect on why that is. Why, as our biggest
So you
supporters,
saying
some of
some
y'all have
bullshit?
been so quick to attack me instead of Draymond for his lame comments. Being a part of an oppressed group doesn't mean you can't recreate oppression for others. If you don't drag our league, then you shouldn't be offended. You should be calling out the people that do and reminding us why you have our backs."
So,
She hypocrite then.
but Jock, go to Draymond's tweet.
she's
So, Jock,
Okay,
go to
okay.
Draymond's tweet. Go to Draymond's tweet
Okay. I'm going.
before y'all comment. Go to his tweet.
I'm going.
no. Hold on, Rod, because
Nah,
I might
I
forget.
seen Draymond's tweet.
So she's basically getting mad because Draymond is saying y'all should empower yourself to lobby. So she just wants Draymond to just talk about the league. Like, yo, come on, bro. That's some lazy shit. That's lazy. That's fucking lazy, yo.
But here's my thing though. Right? Here's my thing.
Yo.
She's equating race to and racial injustice to what's going on in the WNBA. Like that's two different conversations there. Like
Yo, that's two different
Nah.
conversations.
What she's saying is that she wants people to stand up for her, and when a black person like Draymond Green is like, yo, y'all should quote unquote do more, I'm gonna look for his tweet. But she's pretty much like, it's tough. Feel me? Like we're already fighting so many things on so many different fronts. She expects for black men to kind of have a different perspective on that.
bro.
Or do a lockout like the NBA did.
Because you cut me off. So let me say my point, bro. That has not, bro. Say that in this context makes no sense because that's a professional basketball league where they have their own set of rules, their own standards, their own players association, and all of that. The same way how the NBA has lockouts when they can't agree on a collective bargaining, they can do the same thing.
Wait. Yo, Draymond has a slew of tweets. You want me to read all of them, or you want me to summarize it?
Nah,
Bro,
Summarize.
because I read it
Okay.
this morning.
So the first tweet says, "I've been seeing a lot of talk about the pay gap between women and men, especially in sports. It's not even close. But let's stop allowing y'all complaints to fall on deaf ears due to numbers. As long as y'all make the argument about pay, while the revenue stays the same, they will continue to point at the revenue not being high enough to cover bigger salaries. While that is true in damn near every business, how do we take that card out of their pockets? That's the key to changing the pay. There's no argument for lack of revenue unless you make those that say they stand for women actually stand up. The NBA wasn't the global game that it is today. Wasn't always the global game that it is today. It wasn't
that is
always
true.
driving as much revenue as it does today. But there were people behind it, building the platform, and more importantly, telling individual stories and building up the interest of players. That's how the game took off. Who's building up your platform? Who's telling the individual stories of how great y'all are? Building the interest and transforming women's basketball into a global game. Some may think it's global because all women go to overseas and play during the year, but the global response isn't big enough. Having to go overseas should never be the case, but because the stories aren't told, especially here in the States, y'all hands are forced. That's tough.
I mean, I agree with him though.
Let's see.
I agree with him,
So
but
he ends it all with saying, break the mold and change the game. Most importantly, change the business. Call on these companies for support. After all, they are using y'all to push women empowerment, but not helping y'all. They're simply saving face. And that ends his slew of tweets.
I agree with him.
So is he dragging the WNBA, or is he trying to figure out a way to help them?
I'm really trying to be empathetic towards Clarendon from the New York
I'm
Knicks.
not trying to be. I'm not trying to be empathetic.
I'm trying to see it because listen, I know I can be. I'm a man. You feel me? I'm a black man, so I see it from a black man's perspective. You feel me? Honestly, I don't think Draymond Green was wrong, but usually when I don't think I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So
You're not Draymond Green. You are Jahir Walters.
listen, man. I think that's a great point. I think there is a growing movement of people on YouTube who are gravitating towards Paige Becker's specifically, and Caitlin Clark playing against Paige Becker's got a lot of exposure. So now they're talking about Caitlin Clark.
I tuned in.
I think it's a multifaceted effort to
Can I
make
say
sure the
something?
women. Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jared.
I think to really like push the game forward, I think Maya Moore needs to come back.
I agree.
I think Maya Moore can change the game. I think Maya Moore could be the one.
she did, bro. She was the last person I watched in that WNBA game.
But what I'm saying is, I think what her story is like how she quit the game to become like a social justice person to help free somebody. So now she comes back and she is back to like Maya Moore. I think she's the one that can spark the individual story.
Bro, that would be a good story.
So I think Maya Moore needs to come back.
Do you think she wants to come back though?
No, she don't want fans.
I don't think she does at all. No, I really don't think she does. That's why.
I don't think she does.
She could have came back.
Bro, she got her man. She good.
Yeah, I don't think she wants to come back, but she should come back and help.
But why though? Just because of her story, or because of her skill as well?
Both.
Maya Moore.
Both because nobody in WNBA did what she did. Shit, nobody in really basketball did what she did.
In terms of winning.
No, just in terms of left in the middle of her prime to take on social justice. Nobody really does that Nobody really did that in basketball.
Nobody's done that in sports, really.
That's what I'm saying. So
except Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, say besides Muhammad Ali back in.
But he was forced. He wasn't like it wasn't like he did it voluntarily.
So with Muhammad Ali Jr.
Relax. I see what you're saying, right? But also who are our storytellers in the NBA? Like, not storytellers, but what stories do we truly follow in the NBA? LeBron?
I mean, what are you talking about? You have a lot of stories in terms
Yeah,
of
it's too many stories. Like what?
Just give me 5.
Like
Damian
bro,
Lillard
like I'd
With
say Dame time.
Losing like 8 family members to COVID.
Yeah, you got Paul George who came with a broken leg.
Then you have. I'm
Jimmy
just talking
Butler's
about.
career.
I'm just talking about their stories of background of how Dame was Dame was under recruited. Dame was everything like that, and the way Dame is now. LeBron becoming like he was in the spotlight at 16. Like you have a lot of stories that's being told in the NBA.
You got Jimmy Butler's career.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler.
bro. We went from homeless to JUCO to Marquette to being one of the top dogs in the league, bro. Like what?
You got Dwayne Wade's story. Dwayne Wade's story
Mhm.
coming from his mom. His mom was a drug addict. So there are
Okay.
stories being told every day.
I think
And go ahead, George.
it goes back to though, like Draymond saying you need to force the exposure, like for the support, because I bet plenty of these WNBA players do have similar stories that like we're sharing right now of NBA examples. It's just because of the lack of exposure, the lack of support, and nobody pushing their stories out there. We don't know them, and that's why right now we're sitting here questioning each other.
You
What
know,
other stories are there?
you know what they also need to do, bro?
Hmm.
They gotta have a better product. Let's be honest. Let's call it
So,
what it is.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
This is why you see everybody making suggestions, and then
I'm
the WNBA players, maybe they're trying to be purists, but they don't. They always attack people that are making suggestions. A prime example of that was when Shaq was talking about potentially lowering the rim to 9 feet so that there'd be more dunking in the WNBA, which is a big pull on the internet, social media, and marketing and everything. Is in the NBA's players dunking. So
I feel you. I feel
you have
Shaq
to do
saying on
that.
that, but that's disrespectful to the game and the game they
How is
play.
this
I'm
stuff
sorry,
in the game? You already
Bro,
changed.
respect.
You changed mad
Facts.
different rules for the women's game to begin with.
nah,
Nah.
bro.
Court is shorter. The ball's
If Shorty
smaller.
been if
Bro,
a shorty been playing, 10 feet and got the same respect that I do get for playing at 10 feet, don't disrespect my low in the rim, bro.
But things change all the time, bro.
T, how can we expect to respect the women's game if the women's game is a lesser version of the men's game?
All right, so how about this then? We just end the WNBA and then we just have the NBA and then we allow the women to play in the NBA.
What?
Yo,
What?
Alright, bro.
So okay,
Niggas-
so you automatically you're already setting a standard that women cannot play with men.
Nah, I think you
Okay,
dragging it.
okay, but where you
All
taking
right.
me with this? Where you
All
taking
right,
me?
so I'm thinking is the game can't be the same.
Do any women in any other sport compete in the men's game?
No, that's my point.
Okay, so
Because
does
the
that
game
mean
can't be the same.
does that mean that
What, Mike Kellerman?
that Serena Williams and is a lesser player than the male champions?
No.
No.
Serena Williams has already played against men in competition
Okay.
and lost miserably.
Okay. All right,
All
bro.
right.
I think the
So
issue is
the
same
point
issue like I've been saying.
is
Same issue
the
like I've been
rules
saying.
are
The
already
point
different
is
in women basketball.
if
So why
if
changing another thing is such a crazy idea? That's
T
one.
the main issue is T. Forget rules, forget everything that's been going on. The main issue is men are watching the sport, and the people that should be watching the sport are young girls that's love the game. And if you want to blame the people that's watching the sport, that's your issue. But we got to talk about the people that's look like you, that move like you, that has same physical body parts as you, that's not watching the game, bro. I probably watch more women's basketball than I watch men's.
That's true. Another thing is a lot of a lot of WNBA players disrespect NBA players in the NBA and take things out of context and turn it into something that is not. As you've just stated with what Mrs. Clarendon said with Draymond Green's tweets.
For sure.
We've seen it already with Brittany Griner talking shit about Prime,
DeMarcus Cousins. Like, come on now, bro.
What else is she supposed to say? What
that he
else
can
is
keep
she
the
supposed to
DeMarcus Cousins
say?
one-on-one.
What else is she? Come on, bro. If a nigga asks me if I could score on an NBA player, what am I supposed to say? No.
You're supposed to be honest with yourself.
As a competitor, I'm supposed to say no.
You're supposed to be honest with yourself. What Bradley Beal was telling them kids, none of y'all motherfuckers can guard me. All right. So you will say you can guard Bradley Beal head up?
Yeah.
Man, that Pirates tag gonna get.
That's
That's
the
just
WNBA
me though. That's just me though. That's me though. You feel me? That's me. I'm sure if I go and I watch some Bradley Beal games, just like ask Jared. For the longest time, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, KP can't hold me game 11. I'm gonna score at least 7.
And then you watched them play and you said,
nah. I seen him in person. That's when I was like, okay. I was like, okay, 2. I watched another game. I watched another game. I was like, all right, he might miss a couple shots. You feel me? But that's just the competitor in me. I'm always gonna bet on myself. You feel me? Now, obviously, I'm not gonna go out and.
You can better yourself, but also be honest that you're not at that person's level.
No, bet on myself, not better myself. Bet on myself.
For me? Yourself.
If it's me and somebody else, I'm gonna pick me regardless.
That for me.
Now, KP, that's a different nigga over there, bro. That nigga is a pro. That nigga is the #1 guard in the EuroLeague right now. That nigga is different. He's different. You feel me?
So I gotta ask y'all a question.
We're talking about 30 and 20 Boogie. Like, that man was different.
Yeah, for sure. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Rod.
So I've always had this theory of if you love the sport, you watch both sides of the sport, men and women. And do you think if people adopt this theory that it will equal out everything?
No.
I mean, but you're not gonna watch something that's boring, though.
All right, see. All right, let's move on.
That's his opinion. That's his opinion, bro.
I'm saying I'm not saying.
I don't see women's basketball as boring. I never have. I thought it was something.
Either.
Okay, relax.
I thought it was like.
Are there some
people think it's boring? Even women. There's a lot of women that say the WNBA is boring.
A lot of women who don't know basketball or play basketball.
But it don't matter. The casuals bringing money, bro. It don't matter. You try to build the family. You try to bring in the revenue.
I
just don't see the WNBA game as boring.
You lost me.
There are plenty of NBA games that are boring, but guess what? When you see a dude do a windmill 360 from the free throw line, you're like, damn, that's some crazy shit. And that shit trends on Twitter and Instagram and all that shit for the rest of the month. All right. You're not gonna see no windmill 360s on the free throw line in WNBA.
So here's let's winding down this topic, let me bring up the point that Gilbert Arenas was making. And I think it's a little similar to what Draymond Green was saying.
Right.
But it goes a little bit in depth about bringing girls out of high school, bringing women out of college and stuff like that, right? I think in the CBA it says that women have to be 22 years old, right?
Yeah,
that pretty much takes you through 4 years of college.
4 years of college.
You feel me? He started bringing up examples about how we have a lot of freshmen, one and dones coming to the league, dudes like Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and then he brought up Paige Beckers, and she's a prime example. I think another example was
I think
what's shorty that played at she played at Washington, left hand. She was called the Lady James Harden. She plays for the San Antonio team now.
Oh man, I think it's Katie something. I can't think of her name.
Damn.
I know he brought up the woman that plays for the Liberty.
She was league ready. You feel me? She
wear Wade's now. I can't think of her name. I see her face in my head.
She's in San Antonio now. Kelly.
Why doesn't anyone use it?
Damn, I don't remember her name, but she's nice. She's the goods. You feel me? She was ready. Zaya Cook, she's ready to come into the league, and that spruces up the league. You feel me?
Paige is ready to come to the league. Caitlin ready to come to the league. Haley ready to come to the league. Shorty from Florida ready to come to the
bro,
league.
I seen Caitlin Clark come down with a step back. I was like, oh no.
They tough, bro.
She's the real deal. She's the real deal. So, and in any case, I think for me, as someone who doesn't support the WNBA directly, but someone who supports women's basketball more on the college side, I don't feel any offense to what Shorty was saying. I think it's short-sighted, and I think it's disrespectful to Kobe and stuff like that. But I hit dog or holler, as they say. You feel me? And I think we just got to continue. If we want the game to be bigger, we got to continue to be champions of the game if that's something we really believe in. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I'm
really
not offended either.
At the end of the day.
I'm not offended either. I just think like
I'll say I'm not personally offended
crazy,
because I do think it's
I can
disrespectful.
almost guarantee that y'all didn't watch the video that I sent y'all in the group chat about the reason why the WNBA is in the situation that it's in.
And
bro, I'll check the group chat. Send it to me personally.
All
right. So after that, I don't want to say it was a negative conversation about women. We're gonna bring it to a more positive light about women. And this is the end of Women's History Month, not Appreciation Month. Women's History Month. And for the single men in here, what's something you like about your women, or you want to talk about when it comes to women?
Yeah,
I just want to make a disclaimer. I want to make a disclaimer that Ja and George are not the single men they are taken, so they're gonna step back on this topic here because they don't want to get in trouble. Get the social media taken away.
First of all, my girlfriend listens to this podcast. You feel me? What's up, babe? What you doing? Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. I can say whatever I want. You feel me? I'm a grown man.
He thinks he can say whatever he wants.
You feel me? So with that being said, I think somebody was calling me over there though, so I think I gotta go fix my iguana got out of his tank. Like I gotta go fix that real quick. So y'all could have this conversation. I'll be right back. Does that work?
That's fine. He's gonna go on a media timeout.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all right. Punk. Yeah, all right, punk.
Not punk.
Punk, boy.
So Rodney, T, Jared, gentlemen, bachelors. What?
Want me to start off?
Yeah. What if you step up?
As far as Women History Month, okay. Well, I have a lot of women in my life. I got 5 sisters, a mother, aunt, 2 grandmothers that are really close, and I got a niece that's really close. So I have a different respect for women because I've grown up with them. But in terms of me and what I want and how I like a woman to suit me and I suit them, I just actually talked about this before I came on the pod with my boy. I think right now for me, I would want a woman that plays basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, she got to be able to hoop, and I think that's why the attraction to the women's game so much because I love the game and I love to see women play ball because it's like, dang, like, well, hey, ain't nothing like a pretty woman that can hoop, and I always said that in my head, and I'm like, dang. But aside of that, I like women that's like respectful.
I had one for you, Rod. She got taken over. I had one for you, man.
You did, gang?
Yeah, man.
I'm crying. I'm over here hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, but I grew up around strong women, strong, confident women that that form their own opinions and have strong statements. So that's what I like in a woman. Obviously respectful. They can be real chill. They can be outgoing. In between a little bit of both. I'm pretty simple. I don't really ask for much. I just want them to be strong and have their own opinion, and don't let anybody make them feel lesser of themselves.
Go ahead, T.
I'm good, love, enjoy.
Why you don't want to answer, gang?
I said I'm good, love, enjoy.
Because he love the hoes, that's why.
Oh, you ain't gonna answer that one, gang?
That's why T really ain't answering the questions.
You got a freak.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, I know
What's
you.
the question, George?
Just something you look for in women. Like, what are you looking for in a woman? What do you like about women? Like, talk to us.
Dang, he said what you're looking for in a woman, like multiple women, Jared. So be careful what you say.
Fact. I'm trying to be in a throuple.
What?
I don't know what
This man's
is.
a whore.
Throuple. THROUPLE. Throuples.
I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay.
Go out here.
What I look for in a woman?
What do you appreciate in a strong woman? Like, just talk about women.
Just talk about it. Well,
You gotta love a strong, confident woman, baby.
You want me to dive in a little bit, Jared? Why you get the thoughts together?
Nah, you dive in, man. I gotta get my thoughts together for this one, man.
I'm scared what T's gonna say. I don't know what T's gonna say, but I'm scared.
I gotta cover my face for this one.
I want an educated and independent woman.
Yes, sir. Talk nice.
A woman that likes to think things through first, and doesn't take constructive criticism the wrong way. But that's very hard. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
There is, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants a woman that's not shallow. You know, they want somebody that can be not just their spouse, but like a life partner. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
Uh-oh.
You have a lot in common. Also have
the fuck left again?
You said what?
I said,
He said, "Oh, they still talking about women." He said, "Talking about women." Oh, I'm out.
But yeah, you would want someone that you can build a life with, and not just expect the everything to be ready made for her.
Thank you, T.
So you want a strong, confident woman, like I was saying.
I mean, I think
Yeah, but
everybody would want a strong, confident woman. I think I want a strong, confident woman.
everybody can say they want a strong, confident woman, but like, what does that entail to you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it depends what it entails. That
Like, you want like I was watching something today, and it was like it was talking about the difference between how to check a masculine woman, and when they meant by masculine was not like not like mustache and like
Bro, yeah, we know that, bro.
they meant like a woman who's an alpha. She's independent. She moves like she's the head of the household and all of that. And they were saying like, as a man who also wants to be the head of the household and alpha, you put a label on it. He wants to be like the dominant figure in the group. You're gonna tend to butt heads with a woman who's also like-minded in that sense, because if she has her own ideas about how things should be in your household or things should be in your relationship, and you have uh opposite mindset, then you're gonna clash. And then even though you guys can be great together, because someone doesn't want to submit or take a step back in the role when it comes to certain situations, then you end up clashing heads and then breeding negativity in your relationship or potential relationship.
I hear you. I hear you. I don't like. I feel like I've grown up and I've seen women like have their opinions or their what they feel shut down, and I wouldn't want my spouse I'm with to ever feel like what she says is not being heard. So that's why I said I want a strong, confident woman, and I want her to know that anything that she says confidently and strong and she means is heard. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel
Jared,
me?
anything else you want to add?
Nah, pretty much everything was pretty much said. Well, for me personally, I need somebody that can have some type of knowledge of sports. Don't really have to play, but just like someone to be knowledgeable. I just want somebody that I can have fun with. Like, it's a lot of times like I don't want it to be a drag. Me personally, like sometimes some people have partners in this drag because it's like you want to watch a game and she don't want to watch it. So it's like, damn, now I just want somebody that I can have fun with. On top of what everybody was saying, like T and Ronnie. So this is
I
just
don't want no.
one person.
I don't want no social media girl.
my girl got to get less than a certain amount of likes per post, or otherwise we got problems.
Yo, you can't
They don't
say
even
that.
know you. She don't know if you at the movies or not. I mean,
We were at the movies together.
Jared, you can come back.
John, we ended this topic. John, you can come back. To end this topic, I'm obviously not going to speak up, but there's a lot of strong women that listen to this podcast. We appreciate the strong women that listen to this podcast.
That's big facts,
And
man. You got my vote any day of the week.
We want to support you guys. Well, we want to support you however we can. To the real world.
You got the scared masters into the room again.
We got to move on to the real world. The COVID passport was introduced Friday, by Governor Cuomo.
Mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast.
Your president.
No, it's my president right
Trump
there.
Was yours?
Yeah, Cuomo's my president. So anyway, how do you guys feel about this? We have to start downloading in April the app on our phone that tells us if we've been vaccinated, and it also has test results that can come right to the app, and it's going to be a part of our future. You guys have anything?
Bullshit. It's some bullshit.
I see that movie Songbird, right?
They want to do everything but put us back in the shutdown, and that's what actually going to slow down the spread of this fucking disease. Mm-hmm. They want us to have fucking COVID passports.
Mark of the beast.
Bullshit.
Mark of the beast. Rodney's going crazy.
They want to control every move and everything you do. Mark of the beast, man. That's just the start of it.
I don't know. I don't want to get on my conspiracy high. Can I hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, so I don't want to get on my conspiracy high horse, honestly. I think it's a good idea in theory. Now in practice, we'll find out.
For sure, military man.
You know?
Cuomo is some bullshit.
You know, it is what it is, you know? You know what's super interesting?
You know what he is doing? You know what he is doing to help a lot of people? He's legalizing marijuana.
I honestly think, though, I think this is going to be a big thing going forward. Like, right now, like, we don't know, like, the severity of it. I mean, it's going to be used to obviously get us into sports events and mass gatherings. But I really think in the future they're going to try to introduce it, and that's going to be, like, the way we can travel.
It's some bullshit.
They're not going to obviously 100% force the vaccine, but they're going to work around it and implement it where you need the vaccine just to do specific things.
George.
Jared, and I agree.
And guess what, Jared? Jared.
George, you just hear the bullshit you just said?
It's bullshit, yes, but...
You just said they're not forcing it, but yet we can't do certain shit if we don't have the vaccine passport.
And I agree.
Mark of the beast.
That's going to be their way to get everybody to agree to the vaccine.
You can't fly without that shit.
And that's how it's going to go.
You can't go anywhere internationally without it. Can't go to no large sporting events without it. I agree.
But do you think it's good?
If I think what's good?
The COVID vaccine passport.
Yes.
So you approve of this? Approve of this?
Because for the most part, Americans don't listen. So you know what I mean? Like, oh, yes, wear a mask for like 6 months, but no, niggas want to protest the mask. So like this is what you get. Bro?
I just don't know what the point is, bro. Respectfully,
bro. If you're not vaccinated, you can spread the COVID. If you control, yes. When the masses are masses of idiots, and they don't do the things take the precautions that they need to take, you got to force it upon them.
So T, are you saying that if I'm vaccinated, I can no longer spread the disease?
No.
That's basically what he said. But okay.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm
saying
is,
but you had a point though. So finish your point.
If I trip and fall, do I feel pain?
Well, that depends on each individual. So, but what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
look at the reason why they want you to have that is to do certain things. So if everybody in a certain area is vaccinated, even if you spread it amongst each other, you won't get severe illnesses from the COVID vaccine. I mean from COVID because you're vaccinated from it. That's the whole point.
Right.
Which is why they're saying if you can't show that you are vaccinated, which is that passport, then you can't go to large sporting events. Which what they're doing right now in most places, the people who are going to these events are people who are vaccinated or they're frontline workers, mainly in the health field,
Right.
who are already people being vaccinated or on their way to being fully vaccinated.
So I think my next question, and I'm not sure if I don't know why I'm asking you these questions like you answer them, right? But these are my concerns, right? there are 3 different manufacturers out. Pfizer is the best one. The next one in efficacy is Moderna, and then Johnson and Johnson, right? They're giving out mostly Pfizer and Johnson in New York State. You feel me? If there's one vaccine that is more that can help more than the other,
Mm-hmm.
like you feel me? Like what about a person who has gotten the virus and survived it? And what about them? You feel me? Like it does because unless I fail biology, you get the vaccine a weakened part of the virus so that your body can develop antibodies, which happens when you actually contract the virus, right? Going back to we having chickenpox parties and stuff like that. You feel me? I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I believe people should be vaccinated, right? That's how we reach herd immunity. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't believe in is restricting people to get the vaccine, especially when not everyone can get the vaccine. Like
So
there are
what?
people.
So John, before you keep going, because you just basically said what control is.
What you mean?
Where
Yo,
they're
Rodney, you
restricting
went to
people.
school in New York, right?
I'm talking to John, not to Tayshawn.
No, I'm asking you. You went to school in New York, right?
I did.
So you got vaccinated for MMR, right?
What?
Measles,
Wait,
mumps, and rubella.
you have skipped. I'm sorry. So that's why I said what.
You got vaccinated for MMR, right?
Yeah, probably most likely when I was young. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what was the difference now? You had to get vaccinated in
The
order to go to school.
difference now is we in a situation where something is rushed. It's not even a full process of something that they didn't go to.
That's false.
That's false.
So
There was a vaccine in December.
But question though, but they said, if I'm not mistaken, is the vaccine for the rest of your life or is the vaccine only good for a year?
That has yet to be determined because again, you have the 2
because
manufacturers.
Because what, Jared? Our process was rushed.
No,
No, I'm just asking
It's an
because
Do you not
evolving.
do they not offer a different flu vaccine every year?
It's an evolving virus.
but
Bro,
people don't get but some people don't get the flu though. That's what I'm asking though.
hey.
Actually, some people might get the flu, but they don't have symptoms.
I'm talking about
Same concept.
I'm talking about some people don't get the flu vaccine though.
I was in the middle.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm just saying from my personal knowledge of
And
going
then
to school
here's the
New
thing
York,
about it though.
it
It's
takes
like
2 years. It's like a year or 2 for a vaccine to pop. A good one. I'm just saying.
But no,
Rodney,
see, Rodney,
we had a vaccine for SARS COVID-19 in December.
And when did it happen? In March.
Bro, it was not approved all the way. So when a year later,
I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping in December when they put it out for emergency use, right? Or literally next month.
It was not the article I was looking at. It was not for emergency use. It had there were clinical trials and it was tested and it was supposed to be safe and it was in prevention because they believed the next pandemic would be SARS. So when we know exactly what the COVID-19 thing is, they do another round of tests and now we can mass produce it. It was not rushed in any way.
Not only that, there are variants to many diseases. So you
I'm
have
not.
to make
I'm
sure
not
that
saying. I'm not saying
the
I don't
vaccine
know
that you
that's a
have on
variant.
file, you have to be able to make sure that the efficacy of it is viable for that variant.
Okay.
It's some bullshit.
I'm just saying now I'm just from the point I'm making is that Josh said now we're restricting people if they don't get the vaccine. How
That's
are you gonna?
that's
How you?
that's where the bullshit
But it's
is.
from doing certain things though. It's not
I
That's
like not like
I
you can't
agree
leave the
with you with
house.
that.
Is that control? Is that not control?
That's bullshit.
I'm gonna restrict you
That
from
is what
doing.
that is what you sign up for when you decide to subscribe to a government. Like that is the kind of things you have to do. You have to do the
What?
thing,
Subscribe to a government? I was born in this shit. I just subscribe. I
Hey,
was
that's
Yeah,
your
born
like I
in
mother
ain't getting
fault
a.
then.
and you have
Blame your mother and
you
your
what the
have
father.
fuck?
you
Blame your
have the
mother and your
option.
father
You have the option
to
to
leave.
null and void your American passport and go to another country. You have that right.
You can renounce your
They're,
citizenship.
they're,
Renounce your
they just sit there
citizenship.
and
You can
say
do
go
that.
back to Africa. They
Yo,
No,
just get us to go
He,
back
it's
to
he,
supposed to be
Africa.
it's supposed to
Canada
be a
right
free
there. You can go to
country though.
Canada.
It's supposed to be free will. It's the land of the
says
free.
who? Says
Bro,
who?
it's not the land of the free. We ain't been free since
Bro,
400 years, and we still not.
listen. The key word,
Bullshit.
and this is going down a tangent, right? But the First Amendment is free speech. That means it wasn't in the Constitution to begin with. Let that sink in though.
That's
Let
cool. It's some bullshit.
let that.
All I'm saying is, it's about to me. It's
Why he
about
look like he
control,
drinking a
bro.
Moscow Mule?
Relax.
He's enjoying. He's home. He's happy. Let him enjoy his element.
Cool.
But
Not being too
um,
loud.
I hope that this summer is a great summer for you guys. You know, I won't be here, but I
Oh,
really
we can
hope
go
that
outside. Niggas ain't getting the vaccine. Got to put an app on their phone. Niggas can't even go to the store, huh?
still at the white people.
It's
I
some
guess.
bullshit.
I guess me and Jerry gonna be in the crib.
But now that we're going back outside, the mass shootings are picking back up.
Which is tough, bro. That's some bullshit, man.
And we're not surprised by this.
I'm not.
Regularly
But
scheduled programming.
for America.
But at least they're not shooting up schools no more.
Still homeschool, bro.
But you
They're
know,
not worried.
obviously, rest in peace to all the people who lost their lives, and prayers and condolences to the families of the people who lost, family members and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's crazy, man.
hate.
I think it's gonna get really sketchy because Biden's looking to put out an executive order for gun control, an executive order gun control kind
Oh,
of
the warrant.
bill, huh?
The one you don't need a warrant to seize people's guns in their homes.
No, I believe I don't know what the exact thing on the bill was, but
Can't do that.
I don't
That's
know.
unconstitutional.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's what the fourth article said.
I don't think it's about that. What I think it's about is just a restriction on open carry states and a restriction on buying and selling ammunition. I don't know if it was on firearms specifically, but I believe it was ammunition.
I remember
Um,
saying that they wanted to expand background checks and close like the gun show loophole as well.
Bro, that shit is not gonna work, bro. That nigga who shot up the shit in Colorado passed the background check. And if you are a regular human
No.
being,
He passed. That's what I said. Expand background checks because he passed the first one, but he was on an FBI watch list.
What? And they still gave him a gun?
That's the thing. His family already reported him. That's what they came out saying. So they say he passed the regular background check to see if you committed a crime or anything, and then he passed that, which is like that's like when you apply for a job. We gonna look like, oh, have you ever committed a felony? No. You valid. He passed that, but this man, he was he was on a watch list already, and his family already reported him like, yo, this man is sketchy. He
nah,
buying
bro.
guns and shit like all that. Like, y'all
America
gotta
is
watch
not
that.
a real place, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
America is not real, bro. That's crazy.
And it's weird because every majority of the country believes in expanding the background checks and making it harder for people who are on watch lists and stuff like that to buy certain weapons, but the certain lawmakers don't agree with it because they're talking about it's infringing on your Second Amendment rights. Nobody's saying you can't buy
Oh, he's
who is
skipping.
much stricter, which is majority of developed nations, especially like in the EU, Japan, etc.
Man, the world is so cruel, man. Fuck.
The
We gotta go
future
back
says
inside.
it's an evil world we
America's
live in.
different. America's who's different.
They got
We
some
don't
of us
got
back
money.
inside.
We don't got money to survive pandemics and natural disasters, but we got money for war though.
We always gonna have money for war, baby.
We got money for them bombs. You gotta drop
Yes,
them
sir.
bombs.
Yo,
Somebody
T,
gotta get bombed.
this is a totally different conversation, right, T? But where's your family from?
My mother's side is from the U.S. Virgin Islands, so they're American, and
Do
my
you
father's
have
side is from St. Kitts and Nevis.
do you
I ain't trying to
have
get you caught
your
up.
do you have your St. Kitts passport?
No. Well, we're working. I'm trying to get my St. Kitts passport, my St. Kitts citizenship, and what they have is something called CARICOM. It's like a unification of Caribbean states.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get the CARICOM passport.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. Similar to like an EU passport, but just for the Caribbean.
Because I'm trying to get my Antiguan citizenship just because my mother's Antiguan, so it's easy for me.
Nice.
Yeah, like I'm planning on like by 2028 I want to leave America and like live in Antigua. So
Wow, you just gonna leave? You gonna leave me here?
no, like I mean
Interesting.
I'll visit, of course, but I mean y'all can visit me actually. I live in a tropical island now, so. But the taxes in Antigua aren't nearly as steep as they are in America. And if I plan on
You gotta pay for them bombs, bro.
if I plan on eventually paying myself, I think that's something I would really want to do, and I would implore you to do as well since you invest and stuff too. So just a thought. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
All you niggas who was born in America and shit, I can't help you out with that. I'm sorry.
Well, I had my mom.
I think no, but
Jamaican,
isn't there
so.
like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rod.
I said my mom's family Jamaican, so I got that.
But is your mother born in Jamaica though?
Ah.
Nah, she was born down there. She was born down there where you New Yorkers were born. So
That's tough. That's tough.
born in one of the dirty boroughs. It's okay.
No, I was gonna say isn't there
Yo,
I think
please don't
it might
talk
be
about
Liberia or somebody else.
Don't talk about dirty, y'all Rochester people. Y'all was selling fried chicken at gas stations, man.
All right, we going we going
I'm
left. We're
sorry.
going left.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to
Going
hurt
left.
your feelings about
Hold
dirty
on.
boroughs. It's
We're
okay.
going left. We're going left. Okay.
All right.
Where it's smell like-
Jahir,
it smell like
maybe
booty and
you can
skunk every
remember.
day.
Oh shit, you're going left. But Jahir, maybe you can remember. But wasn't there a few African countries that were saying if you can trace back your lineage to that country that you can apply for citizenship to those countries?
It wasn't a country. It was a company similar to how if you're Jewish, you can take a trip.
Israel?
Yeah, your birthright trip or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember the company name, but I believe they once did a DNA test for you, so you had to pay for the DNA test, and then they got you over there and they helped you find your roots and stuff like that. Now, if it comes back inconclusive, like you were just from a line of slaves who just came from a lot of different countries, and it can't really pinpoint where your home country is.
DNA from?
Yeah, I believe they take you around Ghana because Ghana is one of those countries that's quote unquote modernized, and since it's a coastal country, they believe that most of the slaves were taken from the coastal countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Gambia, and stuff like that. So
Togo, Benin, yeah.
Okay,
what about you, George?
I said Cote d'Ivoire.
You got your Namekian citizenship? Yeah, you said it like you French, bro. You said it like you was French, Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, facts. It's fucking Ivory Coast.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't know that unless they speak French.
So we're not talking about gun control anymore.
Nah, fuck
No.
that.
I mean, we're past that.
The gun control is why we talking about getting citizenship in other countries.
Yeah, facts.
Where it's safe. Safer.
Jesus, George.
Why? That's out of pocket? What was out of pocket about that? No, what was out of pocket about that?
I didn't say it was out of pocket. It's just
Ah,
funny that you said it.
yeah. So anyway,
Don't get upset. Be
I'm not
glad.
upset.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
What's the
So
next thing we're talking about? What's the
our
last
last
thing we're
topic,
talking about?
our last topic of the day is our favorite topic. It's what we've been consuming for entertainment and what new music.
Awesome. Where's my phone? My phone's in front of me. For music, for entertainment, I've been watching Demon Slayer. That shit slaps.
I
I'm
don't watch
not
anime.
gon' cap.
That
That shit
sucks.
slaps. It's Demon Slayer and Last Chance U Basketball. That's the two things I've been consuming for entertainment. From music, it's been a lot of old school music, a lot of Timbaland, Lloyd, um, Eminem, a lot of old Eminem. Eminem is the top 10 rapper of all time, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Of course.
Top 2 and not 2.
I'm sorry.
Top five.
Is he top 5?
Top
Don't
Not
five.
worry.
top.
I did the NBA today. I do music. I do hip
Ah.
hop tomorrow. I do hip hop tomorrow for you. For you, my friend.
So empty without me.
Music wise, I don't know. TV, I don't watch TV. We talked about the Snyder Cut last week, didn't we? We talked about the
He
Snyder
watched.
Cut.
That's what he watched.
I don't know.
No, I don't think we did.
Well, I watched the Snyder Cut recently, and for music, all I really listened to was I listened to the Rod Wave album, and I actually checked out. All right, I don't like Russ, but I checked out his new song. Because you always got to give it the listen. And I want to talk about.
Say that to Katie.
No, I'm good. What I want to talk about is like he really like a lot of his music. It's obviously of similar substance, but I wanted to talk about how. So like when you self-produce everything yourself, does that put you in a barrier where it's like your limits and your outreach can only go so far because like it's like what you know, it's what you've practiced. Like, does that put you kind of in a box of like your capabilities and your reach with your music and or like even in like any of your profession?
No.
Yes.
It depends. It depends.
Yes.
Because when you have a style and you like that style, or you find a sound and you like that sound, you tend to make a lot of stuff similar because it's that sound that you like. So you subconsciously you don't even realize that you're making a lot of stuff that sounds the same. Whereas if you have a lot of different heads coming in, producers coming in, making a lot of different sounds and stuff, you gotta switch it up and be like, okay, I gotta switch up my flow for this. I gotta switch up my my decibel level for this. Just a lot of different things that go into play when you have more than just yourself working on something.
Yeah, I think I was gonna reference the Russ put up a 4-pack, and he had Crooked Eye, Ab Soul, and Black Dot on 3 to 4 songs. And in those songs, you can hear that Russ is rapping different. When you're with another rapper, it forces you to kind of get in a different bag. So I'll say yes. When you self-produce your own stuff, it does put you in a box. Now, is that a bad thing? Depends. They tried to say it was a bad thing for Cole when he was producing his own albums. They tried to say it was a bad thing for Royce when he was producing his own album. Royce just got nominated for a Grammy. You feel me? So I think it's all about what consumer opinion do you care about?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Like I'm not like I don't really like Russ that much. Like I'll check out his new music here and there because obviously he has a fan base, and it's a passionate fan base. So
I don't know how.
I don't either, but I checked it out. Like the new song I liked. Like it's just like it was the right melody with the right lyrics, so I liked it. But it's not anything different than he's released in the last 3 or 4 years when he's really started to go on this run that he's been on with his music. So that was my music topic. Anything else, you guys?
Man, I've been on the wave that Ja's been on, listening to old music. So recently, I listened to this 2000s playlist of R&B and hip hop, and it gave me the conclusion that when we were younger, listening to that music in that time period, it made me realize that how much fun we had, one, but also how much better the music was to me than it is now.
That's tough. Better music decade, 2000s or 10s?
No.
No, this is by far 2000 wins by a landslide.
I don't know. I don't know if that's facts. Because
Debatable.
the early 2010 to 2015,
Yes, I can't.
tough. That's a tough run.
As far as entertainment, as far as television, I don't know why I did this, but I watched what's it called? Not People's Court. It's another one.
Bro was
Judge
watching Judge Judy. Facts.
No, it's another one. I think it's, but basically it was like they were just trying to figure out the DNA of the children and if they're there.
Maury?
Maury.
No, not Maury. That's not. That's a
That's what Maury is.
Fraternity Court. Fraternity Court.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's on YouTube. YouTube. The judge is a black lady, and I watched it.
Yeah,
with my
I know
mother
what that
and my
is.
grandmother, and we had a debate on women, and that brought some good entertainment. My grandmother agreed. She usually, my mother and grandmother don't agree with me, but they agree with what I was saying this week as far as women of today and women of their time.
Mhm.
And I've been watching Fraternity Court a lot.
We gotta make this a topic next week. Should paternity tests or DNA tests be mandatory for all children when they're born?
Put it in the chat.
Yo.
Put it in the chat.
I ain't gonna lie. Watching Paternity Court, a lot of the children weren't the man's.
I'm
We're gonna save it for next week. We're gonna save it next week.
Yo, it was crazy. I'm gonna give you one show. Yo, Shorty said she was like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta tell y'all, Shorty slept with 3 different dudes. And was like, no, this is the father right here. He's the father, I'm sure. Bro, the baby came out, and this dude was dark skinned. This baby was so light, and it make no sense. I'm like, bro, this is not the dude's child. Bro, at the end, it's like, you're not the father. She went on the camera and said, well, I wanted him to be the father. That's why I said it's his baby. She said he's a responsible man. I knew he'd take care of the baby. That's why I said I wanted it to be his. I was like, bro.
She tried to trap him.
Jared.
She's like,
Jared, what music and entertainment have you consumed lately?
Jared, get us out of here, man.
Wrap it up, Jared.
Yeah, fuck T, right?
Oh, T didn't go.
Alright, go ahead, Jared. Go ahead, Jared. Get us out of here.
Nah, go ahead, T.
Nah, Jared. Get us out of here, bro.
Nah, go ahead.
I heard a lot of crazy shit on the pod today. Get us out of here, bro.
Nah.
like what? Like what?
I heard some interesting opinions on the pod today, bro. Get us out of here, Jared.
Speak on it.
We I'm gonna speak on it next week because we gotta let it digest. You gotta let it digest. So Jared, say what you call it? Your entertainment and your music, bro.
No, just the usual. I listened to Rod Wave album basically the whole weekend.
You cried?
Nah. Still trying to get a grasp of it though. Like what songs I like, what songs I don't. Takes me a while actually. So and then entertainment, I've just been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier and my weekly Snowfall. Other than that.
All right, Velvet Dewey, what you got?
What a wholesome guy.
You gonna speak to you, or are you gonna be in your feelings like Drake?
Oh, my fault. I zoned out. I was looking at something. My bad. What you saying?
You gonna tell your weekly entertainment?
I've been watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's a couple new Netflix series that I've binged. One is called Tribes of Europa. It's a post-apocalyptic type
that sounds fire.
Series. Yeah. There's an anime. I forgot what the name of it was, but there's a couple new animes on Netflix as well that are pretty good. So I've been watching those. Attack on Titan is every week as usual.
I got an anime shorty for you, bro.
What?
I got a girl to like anime. I think she'd be perfect for you.
But what about the other things though?
What you mean, like music and all that?
Like,
what are you talking about?
What else does she like? Like he just said an anime girl. Like, what else does she like?
I know she like anime, so I think they would work out. As far as like this having that little conversation.
Until Attack on Titan finish, and then what? And then what?
She like multiple animes, bro. See, I'm trying to help you out. Don't let y'all just destroy your
But
your
bro,
love.
what else does she like, bro? I'm just trying to make sure that you're not setting my boy T up with one of them girls who don't go outside, bro.
She
what
come to work,
else?
so she come outside. She come to work, so she come outside.
That's work. Oh, not T. You don't want none of them girls from work, T. You don't want
I know exactly what you mean, John. I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Wow, y'all trying to block.
But
is there anything else that's important?
Nope, that was everything on the billing. Does anyone have anything else they want to get off their chest?
Yeah, my boy T a hoe.
Protect black women or whatever. That I mean, whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, see, John, like it's annoying. You can't say anything, otherwise it gets twisted up.
Bro, what you said was outrageous. Talk about another thing that's what, killing people. You talk about some mass shootings. That's outrageous.
Yo,
Is it wrong?
It's not wrong, but
anyways, man, we are.
Stop Asian hate.
Stop Asian hate. What, John? Why did
I
John?
I was just fixing my hat. I just want to make sure my shoe is centered. You dig?
Yeah.
All right.
I posted on Twitter the songs for the sex mix for this week, so.
Nah, bro.
Follow us on Twitter.
Bro, he put Erica Banks. Who sanctioned that?
Yo, George, get us out of here with the Twitter handle.
So wait, so the Bussy challenge that fire.
Forget it.
No.
Forget it.
Ew.
All right.
So you don't be busting her shit, bro.
Forget it.
I'm editing out everything from like the last 2 minutes from here on, so this is gonna be the official outro starting here. Thank you everyone for another.
Shit, bro.
Ooh, bust it. Hey, bust it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta hit it to the beat, bro.
Just out of here, man.
He already stopped recording, Jared. Relax.
No, I didn't. Shut up.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I apologize. I apologize.
Yeah, you're now making more work for me. All right.
But there was other songs too. Like I don't know why I hated on that one song.
All right. George, get us out of here, man.
Well, you keep saying George get us out of here. George can just start speaking. Like, bro, like, it's not like we're not gonna hear him.
Trying to put the Twitter handle, man, and he kept coughing, and you just keep talking.
He kept coughing.
Bro, see, let's just. They don't want to make the white man work. I understand.
No, Rodney, I'm leaving that in this week because I took it out last week for you.
Nah.
Now it's not. Last week, Rodney's like, can you take that out for me?
Bro, you can leave it in. I don't care.
That's what we said last week. Rodney last week was like, can you take it out for me?
I thought you. Honestly, I thought you was gonna leave it. I wouldn't care.
I took it out.
But anyways, y'all, this was a great episode 26. Shout out to my co-hosts. They're very entertaining fellows. Had a good conversation.
The best 5 friends that anyone could have. The best.
We'll catch you next week.
The episode should be called The Lag.